How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray mail day with 6 pickups right there. And if you've seen any of the movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. First up is one that I've been seeing everybody pick up lately, and that's the It Follows Blu-ray Steelbook. And you can get this on Amazon. I think it's $14.99, great deal. And this steelbook is instantly one of my favorite looking steelbooks. Absolutely beautiful looking design to it. And this movie is probably one of the best horror movies I've seen in years, maybe a decade. It's, for me, The Babadook was right up there, and then this one came and just kind of blew me away. I also really like Found. The past 2 years have been excellent for horror movies. Last year especially, to me, was like the year of horror. It was one of the best years of horror in like 20-30 years. And this one is at the top of the list right there. I really love the style of it. When I first watched it, I knew it was something special, and then I've watched it since, and it's grown on me even more. I've appreciated it even more. Very stylistic, reminiscent of the 70s and 80s slashers, kind of John Carpenter-esque, the way that it was shot cinematography-wise. The score was fantastic. The acting was great. It just was a breath of fresh air in the genre. It's very much slasher-esque, but supernatural. It's essentially a young girl who ends up sleeping with somebody, and it's kind of like an STD slasher in a way, and there's this supernatural force that's basically trying to kill her, and it can take the shape of anybody, but it always looks kind of like out of place. And I love the ending to it as well, and great tension all throughout. And it's basically this cycle. You have to sleep with somebody to pass it on, and so the thing will come after the last person that had it, so it's like a continuous cycle. And so if it gets that person, it goes to the next person, and so on. And I love this movie. A fantastic looking steelbook for it. I'm gonna probably do an unboxing for it, but I'll just go ahead and show you a quick look. There's the wraparound J card. There's the back shot right there, and there's the Blu-ray disc, and there's interior artwork, which I definitely appreciate right there. So for the price, it's fantastic. I can't recommend this one enough. I know some people didn't like it, but for me, I mean, you have to appreciate the originality of it in a genre that has just so many recycled ideas. It's fantastic. Blows me away every time I rewatch it. I appreciate it even more. Next up is one that I haven't seen, The Hollow, and I love the look of that slipcover. Very different looking from that, the cover artwork for the Blu-ray right there. I actually prefer that one right there. That one's more imposing and creepy on the slipcover. And this right here is from Scream Factory. I haven't seen it, but it looks like, I think it's set in Ireland. It's a family that moves to this house in the middle of the woods. And apparently there's demonic creatures in the forest, and they start attacking them. It looks pretty creepy from the trailer that I saw. And this was actually kind of funny. I don't know if the creatures are made of wood or what. I just saw like a quick, like little brief look of them in the trailer. But when I was opening this up, in the package, it looked like a little piece of wood when I was taking the slipcover off, take the plastic off, and I'm like, I don't know if it was cardboard or what, but I was like, that's creepy and weird. But I don't know, hopefully it'll be decent. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Next up is The Force, which I haven't seen either. This is one I've heard a lot of people talk about, but it looked really creepy, and the cinematography looked great from the trailers and clips that I saw. I guess that there's a girl looking for her sister in these Japanese forest called the Suicide Forest, where people go to kill themselves. And yeah, some of the imagery right there is like super creepy looking, so I can't wait to check this one out. Right there, The Forest. And I know the director, I think this was his feature, yeah, Jason Zeta, I think it was his feature-length directorial debut. So that's pretty cool. Next up is Let Us Pray, and this is from Dark Sky Films. And I really haven't heard too many people talk about this one, but it has Pollyanna McIntosh, who I absolutely love, very talented actress. I remember her, well, she's been in a few things, but the performance I think of her all the time is The Woman, the movie The Woman. Great horror movie with directed by Lucky McKee. Highly recommend the heck out of that movie. And this one right here looks pretty creepy from what I've seen. The shots right there, and it's basically I think she's working in a police station, and it's like a remote police station, and somebody comes in, like this guy, and he's basically making people do crazy things, and crazy violent things start happening. So looking forward to checking that out. So that's all horror right there. Now to switch it up, I've got 2 non-horror films. I've got these 2 films right here. I picked them up because Martin Short is going to be coming to the State Theater, which is in the next town over from me, at the end of the month. And I'm hoping to see if I can get a picture with him and get him to sign these. These are both movies that I loved growing up as a kid. Inner Space, directed by Joe Dante, is one that I remember loving so much growing up. Great cast here. Meg Ryan, Dennis Quaid, Martin Short. You also have Robert Picardo. I think he played the cowboy character, who was hilarious and just crazy and over the top. But basically, I remember he's injected into his body. He's miniaturized and injected into his body, and they have to fight off all these bad guys. And I just remember it being a wild ride, very entertaining, and great performances throughout. I'm really looking forward to revisiting this one too, so I'll watch it before I meet him, and maybe I'll say something about his performance. I had good luck meeting people over there before. I met David Hyde Pierce. It's actually, there's a few theaters. It's like a little theater district. There's the State Theater, which is like the biggest one. And then they have other theaters. And I met David Hyde Pierce. I was like, me and my friend were waiting for him to see if, we can meet him before he goes in. And we stayed out there for a little bit, and sure enough, we were able to get a picture with him. I didn't bring anything for him to sign, but I figured I'd bring these two for Martin Short to sign, just to see if he would. State Theater, though, might be like, they have like a lot of people working there. It's the big theater, so they might have some like bodyguards that say no, but I figured I'd give it a shot and see if he'd be willing to take a picture and sign these. David Hyde Pierce was it was a really cool experience. I'm a huge fan of Fraser. He's been in a ton of stuff. Wet Hot American Summer, I thought he was great in there too, but he's done a lot of theater and stuff like that too. But for me, he'll always be Niles, and that was a great character. One of the best TV spin-off shows ever, by the way. And I think I'm going to do a couple of videos talking about meeting certain celebrities and stuff and experiences like that. I've had people ask me to do that before, and I think I finally will. Next up is Three Amigos, which I remember this being a lot of fun too. I haven't seen it in years. Same thing with Inner Space. I haven't seen these in probably like a decade. But this one, great cast again. Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, and directed by John Landis. Let me know what your favorite Joe Dante film is and your favorite Jonathan Landis film is. Both great directors. And this one, I remember they thought they were acting. They go to this small like Mexican town to fight off like bandits, and they think it's an acting job, but it's real. And yeah, so that's kind of a interesting take right there. And I just remember being really hilarious and over the top, and great cast. So great supporting cast in there too. So looking forward to revisiting both of those ones. It's been a while, and It Follows. Love the look to that steelbook. Such a beautiful steelbook. And looking forward to checking out the ones that I haven't seen as well. So again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.